Hello and welcome to our Tampines Hub on this fine Sunday afternoon for the AIA Singapore Premier League match between Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa. This was a game that was supposed to be played on the 19th of September, but because of COVID cases within both of these sides, this game has been postponed till today. Thankfully, everything is okay within both camps. We saw Geylang International in action just last weekend against Lion City Sailors, and you can see at the moment here on the table that a point from Geylang at least will pick them up from second from bottom. Balestier Khalsa have 2 games in hand, and both of them have a chance of still getting that 5th spot. So of course the aim is to finish as high as they can. Let's see what the 2 head coaches think about this, Muhammad Noali and Marko Kraljevic.
Coach, how is the team feeling getting back on track after the loss against Lion City Sailors last week?
I mean, of course, we're playing a good side who's fighting for the title this season. Even the result was not on our side, but I think the performance from the team was good in the last game. So I hope they can bring that performance into this game.
Any updates on the team news for today's match?
Basically, I have all the 4 boys who is serving national service. So Azri is starting the game. I think he's only second start to the season. I think the rest of the team should be the same, starting against Lion City, and hopefully the team will come out and collect the 3 points tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Hi, Coach. How are the players feeling after the quarantine?
After quarantine, okay. I mean, we was only 3-4 days. We was no quarantine. We stay home notice, and then okay, we doing few trainings on a Zoom, and then after this we give them some training. They can go outside and do some training by individual training, and then after this, last Tuesday we start training, and boys looking forward to play the game.
How will you approach this match against Geylang?
Approach very important game for us. We are still in open race for the 5th position. And then everybody is going all out to win the game today.
Saiful Nizam had played 9 years for Balestier. Now your side is facing him. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, this is team sport. I don't talk about individual players. He was in the club, now he's in the opposite club, and we move on.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
So a few things to glean from that one. Firstly, Noor Ali talking about the team's performance here against Lion City Sailors. That was, of course, a game that was also postponed. And while they lost 3-0, as you can see, the player's going to walk out shortly in the tunnel at the moment. It was only individual defensive errors in the center of defense. All 3 goals scored from crosses and really poor clearances from the central defenders, Yuki Ichikawa and Afik Yunus. Otherwise, I thought they played quite well and caused a few problems for Lion City Sailors. So Noor Ali there, I feel spot on in his analysis that he didn't really have too much to complain with the performance itself, and it was just individual errors. He's also got the return of some players, so that's always good news. As for Balestier Khalsa there, Marko Kraljevic keeping cards close to his chest with regards to Zaiful Nizam. That, of course, is the other bit of headline news, as it were, going into this one. The long-serving skipper and goalkeeper of Balestier Khalsa unceremoniously dumped about a couple of months ago now, after refusing to come on as a substitute at half-time. He had been dropped in a game, and it's a move that he says he regretted, but he has had to move on. A week after his sacking, he was snapped up by Geylang International, whose first-choice goalkeeper, Zainul Gulam, has moved on and is now pursuing a career elsewhere, not in football. So it was a natural fit to snap up one of Singapore's top goalkeepers. But he did say, in the build-up to this game, it is going to be strange to be playing against his old side. And here's something we haven't seen in a long, long time. Players greeting each other like this. They've been lining up, facing each other, but they haven't been doing this, so it's a nice little change, and of course nice for Zaiful Nizam as well, just to say hi to his old buddies. But as he and Marko have said, it is time to move on. I'll draw a line under it. It hasn't been a great season for either club, though they have had an uptick in form a little while ago. Mohammad Shakawi Buhari in charge, assisted by Manoj Kolwani and Justin Chow. Fourth official is Rida Said. But it has been poor form for Geylang International. There's no doubt that they have struggled in recent weeks, and they want to try and turn that around. So let's have a look at the lineups then for Geylang International. You just heard earlier from Noor Ali that some national service boys have returned. Azri Suhaili, who's barely played this year, comes straight into the starting lineup. There's no place for Afiq Yunus, Harith Kanadi and Ijdin Shafiq, not even on the bench. Returns to the bench though for Faisal Ruslan, who couldn't play against his parent side, Lion City Sailors, so he's on the bench. Umar Akbar, who had his first start in a long, long time, he is on the bench as well, so he's been dropped for this one. Danny Kim takes his place in the starting 11 along with Ikram Rifki, and Abdul Qayyim is in the centre of defence. For Balestier Khalsa, their last game was a 1-0 win against Tanjung Pagar. That was almost a month ago, and they named the same 11 from that game. They are pretty happy with the way things are going. As you heard, they've been training and fairly well despite what they've had to go through recently. So they'll be happy with the 11 that they've got. Yeah, Ikram Rifki in the starting 11 today. He couldn't play against his parent club as well, Lion City Sailors. Noor Ali there. Had a tough season. Questions of whether he's going to stick around as well. Also talk about Balestier Khalsa and big changes happening with that club for next season. And also about whether Marko Kraljevic will be around. Two long-serving managers. Of course, he went off for a stint in Malaysia and then returned to the club. Well, we do know that a well-organised side, Balestier Khalsa, try to keep things tight and compact. As for Geylang International, they like playing on the front foot, like to press. Like to keep hold of the ball. Will be an interesting encounter. Always good to see the fans in the house, despite what's going on elsewhere and outside. They will be in fine voice, as they were against Lion City Sailors, despite losing. But they, as I said, the nature of the defeat wasn't so bad. They played well. They want to continue that positive energy. Interesting move, as I said, to drop 2 players with international caps to the name. Afiq Yunus and Izzdin Shafiq. Harith Kanadi, of course, was one of the upcoming youngsters. Seems to have perhaps just lost his way a little bit. Those 3 not available. Umar Akbar back on the bench, having just started after a long time out. And well, I think they'll be happy to have Abdul Qayyum right there. Danny Kim, he's just dropped back here. He's nominally a defensive midfielder, but seems to have perhaps playing in the 3. We'll have a look at that as it's cleared away by Zaiful Nizam. There's the diminutive Shukri Wahid. He'll want a more assured performance today. Yuki Ichikawa. A couple of mistakes from him in that match against Lion City Sailors. Here's Danny Kim. So I think what he'll do is, when they move forward, they'll go back to a 4, and when they're defending, he'll just slip back and help out Abdul Qayyum and Yuki Ichikawa into a back 3. But it does look like him and Azri Suhaili as the midfield pivot. Be very happy to have Chris Van Huysen back in the squad. Of course, the news that the big squads announced for the AFF Suzuki Cup. Initial squads can be up to 70. There will be a lot of these players will be hoping to perhaps force their way in to Coach Tatsuma Yoshida's plans. Here's Faisal Rafi, gives the ball away. Amy Reka, certainly one who'll be in the reckoning for the Singapore national team. Shimei Zuzul almost turns. Abdul Qayyum is a great competitor. Oh, he's got to do better than that. Shuhei Hoshino just couldn't seem to get the ball out of his feet. Struggle for goals this season. Hoshino, one-time the top scorer in the SPL when he was with Albrechts Nagata. Shukri just trying to lead a bit of a break there. There was a little push from the new man in, Azri Suhaili. The big man, Ensar Bruncevic, with the free kick. He'll be useful in the set pieces. Now Mateus up against Amir Hakim here. He's been lively. 10 goals to his name. Same with Amy Reka. Here comes up Ho Wai Lun. It will be a corner. Another one who might want to perhaps trouble the national selectors in a left-back role. Good question to see whether Shakir Hamza, who controversially, some might say, left the team during the World Cup qualifiers in Saudi Arabia, whether he will make a prodigal return. Away by Bruncevic. Certainly one player that they will be missing at the moment is Christian Krajcek. Creative player that he is. Create something out of nothing. Very, very good to watch on the ball. Ho Wai Lun. Fadli Khamis. Faisal Rafi's giving it away. Shukri bearing down on goal. He's got to take the shot. And it's straight at the goalkeeper. Well, he was on his own. He had to go for it. First chance of the game for Geylang International off a mistake from Faisal Rafi. Given the ball twice. Poor touch from him. Angle was fairly comfortably covered there by Ricky Kamura. Wai Lun gives it away. Well, they won't be happy with the cheap giveaways at the moment in these early stages. Marko Kraljevic. Ichikawa. Here is Azri Suhaili, who's making just his 5th start of this campaign. 5th appearance, actually, I should say. Not sure what that was the idea from Barry Maguire, another one of these very, very experienced players, played in the Europa League. And he was playing in the Eredivisie, so got some great pedigree. Been one of their most consistent performers over the last few years. And then he gives it away. Back with the ball though, Barry Maguire. Here's Mateus. Trying to angle that into Emireka. Amir Hakim saw the danger. Put out of play, just out of danger there, Fadli Khamis, the skipper for Balestier. Will be another corner. So bright start here from Geylang International. Away by Bruncevic, still alive here for Geylang International. Danny Kim, need to be a better ball. Fadli Khamis now will lead the breakaway. Shime Zuzul looks up. Faisal Rafi, the shot finally taken. Puvan Raj. Haven't seen too much possession from Balestier Khalsa in this half. This is sustained pressure, much nicer stuff from Balestier Khalsa. Emireka. Danny Kim just trying to relieve that pressure, get it away. Well, they'll be encouraged by that Balestier. Far more positive from them. Here's Kim. Now Ichikawa. Looks like they've just swapped sides here, and I just wonder whether that's because of Shime Zuzul. The taller, more physical Ichikawa will be up against the big man. Keep an eye on that one. Nice couple of touches here from Geylang International, moving the ball around quite nicely. Ilhan Noor, decent ball in, away by Fadli Khamis. Ilhan, back to Yuki. Well, it's a similar sort of start that we saw against Lion City Sailors from Geylang International, nice and positive. Always looking to try and create something. Picks himself up, Ikram Rifki. Can't really miss him with that colourful haircut. He'll just stay back while Yuki Ichikawa pushes himself forward. Interesting to see Shime Zuzul not interested in defending this. He's staying right up near the halfway line, because he's got that pace, someone who's deceptively quick, that big size of his. Needs to be a better ball from Emi Reka. Amir Hakim. Here's Fadli. Trying to lead from the front, the skipper. Danny Kim with a touch, but it'll fall to Fadli. And it will be a corner, taking a deflection along the way. Well, showing what they can do, and it's the skipper who's been at the centre of it all. Started that move from the back, Fadli Khamis. Bhuvan Raj with that ball across, maybe just a bit too casual here from Daniel Kim. Azri leading that to Ikram Rifki, and that was very, very important by Fadli. Faisal Rafi to Shuhei Yoshino, back to Faisal. That's a pretty tame shot in the end, straight to Zaiful Nizam, and gets rid of it quickly. He sees Matthias Maresh free. Oh, and he's kept it in. That's really good play from the Brazilian. It looked like it was just getting away from him. Here's Ikram. Well, the game has just picked up in pace here. Now Kim. Emi Reka back to the Australian. Ikram in the box. And the flag's gone up for offside. Just a little bit stretched there at the moment. Makes for great viewing, of course. Well, they'll be pretty happy what they've seen so far. No goals, but the endeavour is good from Geylang International. Header on from Shuhei Yoshino. Ashukri stays strong. Nice little turn there from Ashukri, but ball given away. Here's Ho Wai Lun. Yoshino looking up to Zuzul. There's certainly a foul there. I think he knew what he was doing there, Azri Suhaili. Gareth Lowe, the one brought down, and it will be a free kick, preventing Gareth from taking the shot. Shot was on. A few interested parties with this one. I think they're playing scissors, paper, stone to see who's going to take the free kick. And in the end, it looks like it's, well, you think in favour the left foot of Ho Wai Lun. So I'm assuming he won that little game with Shuhei Yoshino. Let's see if it was worth it. Don't forget you got Hazwan as well, standing over the ball. Could be a cheeky right foot attempt from him. For now, though, you'd think, oh, it is going to be Hazwan. Oh, that's a brilliant free kick, and an even better save from their old stalwart, Zaiful Nizam, showing his worth there. Springing across to his left. That's good football all round. Hazwan with a great attempt. And Zaiful getting across, pushing it onto the post. It's a corner here for Balestier Khalsa, their best chance of the game so far. Well, Zaiful felt that had gone out of play. Referee feels otherwise. Here's Shime Zuzul. Well, this is an excellent game. Ikram, no handball. There was a couple of shouts for it. Excellent from that man there on the ball, Zaiful Nizam. He's a small man, but he gets across his goalmouth area very, very well. And the fans singing his name already, as you can probably hear. Good chances for both sides. Abdul just about gets that away. Foul by Maguire. This is when they can be dangerous, the likes of Bruncevic. Zuzul and Hoshino can, with all that height that they've got. Into the area from Shuhei Hoshino. That falls as far as Gareth. Oh, and he almost turned his man there, didn't he, Shime Zuzul? Maybe that was a miskick from Yuki Ichikawa. Danny Kim, that's too much on that. Too far away from Ikram Rifki. A man who's had A-League experience, Danny Kim. Australian with Korean heritage. signing through the mid-season window. Was that a high boot from Maguire? I think so. Gareth Lowe spreads it wide quickly to Ho Wai Lun. Not a good clearance from Ilhan. But Azri is there. I think what we're going to see from both these sides, remember both of them had spent a lot of time out of the game, or relative amount of time out of the game, and so there will be that little bit of rustiness. We've seen the ball being given away a little bit. Here's Ashukri. Ilhan Noor advancing. He's had some good reviews, being called up for national training. Here's Emireka, another one. One of the few Singaporeans to reach double figures for goals. This season, and the last person to do that, Hazwan Halim, playing opposite him today. Here's Yuki. Just stopped from making that pass. Barry Maguire by Hazwan Halim. Nice touch on from Hazwan. We'll fancy his chances perhaps of getting to that Singapore squad. Here is Hazwan back to Shimir Zuzul. Has not had a chance to really run at anyone yet. Danny Kim looks across. He sees Mateus free. Tries to take the snapshot. And so Bruncevic was quick to that. No foul there from Puvan Raj. He's done well to get the ball away, but it's only as far as Danny Kim. Lights starting to come on here. Slightly overcast early evening here at our Tampines hub. Yuki Ichikawa. Now Kim, here's Ashukri. They've just got themselves a bit better organised now. I think he'll be happier with that. Marko Kraljevic. Balestier Khalsa just looked a little off the pace at the start of this match, understandably so. Shukri, oh, there was a nice little overlapping run on the left, but it's a shot instead from Mateus. Ikram Rifki was in a lot of space. Drinks interval. Wonder whether we'll be seeing that next season. You'd think not. It's interesting, many leagues have stopped doing that, but continued the 5 substitutions. Here in the SPL, it has been drinks interval, but just 3 substitutions. Every league will have its own reasons. Let's see what happens next year. You would have thought if things continue on schedule that the drinks interval will go. I know a lot of people don't like this. I'm sure the coaches don't mind it because it gives them an opportunity to speak to their players directly. Just watching Nur Ali there, he's got some, look like some pretty stern words to Danny Kim. About distributing the ball. Here's Amir Hakim. Shimez Uzul. Up to Gareth, who's given the ball away. Ashukri, one back by Shuhei Oshino. Now Puvan Raj. Playing with more confidence. Here's Enza Bruncevic. Bit of a surging run. Hoshino. That's in between Hazwan and Ho Wai Lun. Ilhan will get there first. A lot more balance in this game now. Geylang started very strongly. Zuzul, he lays it off for Faisal Rafi. Just trying to cipher that into the corner. Zaiful Nizam equal to the task. It's a corner now for Balestier Khalsa, who are starting to rack up the chances. He went for accuracy here. Might have just been creeping in. Zaiful taking no chances. This is where they're the most dangerous, you feel, Balestier Khalsa. Keep an eye out there for the number 5, who's got Yuki Ichikawa on him. He's trying to lose his marker. Ikram Rifki brought down. He was trying to lead the breakaway. By Hazwan. I think he might just get a little chat, perhaps. No, nothing. Here's Ilhan now. Mateus up to Emi Reka. It's been a bit quiet. Mateus, still Mateus, wanted to slip that through for Ashukri. Back to the Brazilian, it's just waiting to pull the trigger, which he does. Just created, trying to create a bit of space for himself to take the shot. You knew, you could just see what he was trying to do. Barry Maguire. Here's Ilhan Noor. Bit of space. Tries to pull it back for Emi Reka. The shot is straightforward enough for Ricky Kimura. Maguire. I think he might have been in an offside position there. Mateus, as the ball was being launched, he just had to hold back a bit. Hawailun. Now Gareth. And so Bruncevic. That comes off Maguire. Oh, given away by Faisal Rafi again. Just looked a little off the pace. That's a foul by Amy Reka on Faisal Rafi. Bruncevic looks up, waiting for Hazwan, and he's not that tall. You like the idea, though. Nice header on from Hoshino to Hazwan. Here's Zuzul. There's a wall of green and white in front of them. Onside, trying something Sepatakro-ish, I guess, if we're being kind. Was offside. An attempt at just trying to change it up a bit. Well, that would have been something quite spectacular if you got that in. Shimezuzu. Looked like a sunback spike. Sepatakro. Again, Faisal Rafi losing the ball. Here's Emi Reka. Amir Hakim away. I think we're going to find that training fitness and match fitness, two very different things in Balestier Khalsa. They might start finding it a little difficult. See if they can find that extra bit of energy, but it is starting to lack some intensity this match. And I wonder whether Geylang International can just up a gear and take advantage. Here's Ikram Rifki. Only as far as Barry Maguire. Now Ilhan Noor. Maguire looks up, decent ball, and it's too high for a very, very diminutive Shukri Wahid. Good idea, though. Hoshino, acres of space here for Ho Wai Lun. Hoshino. That was too much, even for Shime Zuzul. Foul on Ashokri. We have got one more weekend of SPL action next week, the final day of the season. 4 matches on at the same time. It will be down to the wire for that title. Lion City Sailors and Albrechts Nagata on equal points at the moment, though Lion City have got the advantage with the better goal difference. Quite considerable. We'll be giving you full coverage, of course. Looking forward to you joining us for that. That's on the 10th of October. The season, of course, getting extended by 1 week because of this COVID-19 situation. It would have been the final day of the season yesterday. Otherwise. Bruncevic back to his goalkeeper. Wailun gets out of that tackle from Mateus. Up to Hoshino, it's done well. Now Zuzul. Abdul Kaim has done enough. It's a corner for Balestier Khalsa. Seven minutes plus amount of time here for this first half. Still no goals at our Tampines hub. A few chances for either side. It's been Balestier who've been the slightly stronger in terms of creating opportunities in the last 15 minutes. But not that many overall in this game. That's foul from Bruncevic on Yuki Ichikawa. He doesn't agree with that, obviously. There's Emi Reka. Now Maguire. Abdul Qaim's done well. He looked a bit more assured today with him in the back. Wailun looks up at his options, not too many in front of him. Well, that's about as decent an opening as you've seen for Geylang International in a while. Doesn't say very much. So slightly more shots for Balestier Khalsa than for Geylang International. A couple of very, very good attempts, particularly for Balestier. Here's Puvan Raj. Now on the break, perhaps. Oh, he's looking to set Emi Reka free. He's got the pace, hasn't he? Running at the likes of Brencevic and Amir Hakim could cause problems. Hasn't really had that kind of opportunity today. Not yet, anyway. Coming together. Bruncevic can't believe it. Manoj Kalwani saw something. Well, a couple of minutes before half-time. Can they force the lead here? Maguire, well, he had a little pocket of space. Taken out there. No doubt about the free kick. They don't want to be conceding free kicks in these final couple of minutes, 1 minute at a time. One final chance, perhaps, for Geylang in this first half. Here's Ikram. Oh, and that's almost slipped in. Decided to go for it. Did the keeper get a touch? It looked like Ricky Kimura did. Now, final opportunity. We've had the 46 minutes. Here's Ikram Rifki, now Barry Maguire. Danny Kim to Ashukri, he's got some space here. Is he for Ricky Kimura, and that will be it. Well, a game which started with promise has just started to lose a little bit of intensity towards the final 20 minutes or so. No surprises perhaps, given both these sides have hardly had any football in recent times. We had a few chances, particularly for Balestier Khalsa towards the end there. Their old custodian, Zaiful Nizam, pulling off some good saves. Half-time here at Our Tampines Hub. It's Geylang International 0, Balestier Khalsa 0.
It was great to try something new and learn Tai Chi with Master Su. I really enjoyed the flow and sense of calm. Now I'm challenging all of you in Singapore to try out Tai Chi with Ben and Andrew. Join them at AIA Live Singapore event. See you soon.
Welcome back to our Tampines Hub. Halftime here. Geylang International up against Balestier Khalsa. No goals at the moment, but let's take you through the first half highlights, in which there were a few chances, not too many of them. A good start from Geylang International. Poor ball, or poor control from Faisal Rafi, excuse me. And it was Ashukri Wahid there with a pretty tame shot in the end. And you feel he should have done better, right at the goalkeeper. Up the other end, and it was a bit casual there from Daniel Kim. The shot from Fadli Kamis. And the shot pretty wild in the end. Now this was a great free kick from Hazwan and a superb save from Zaiful Nizam, who tipped that onto the bar. Great save from him. Probably one of the best moments of this first half. Another chance soon after from Faisal, and again scrambling across his goal. Good save from Zaiful Nizam. Maybe not clear whether that would have got in. Didn't want to take any chances. Well, up the other end, it was Mateus with a shot. Just trying to create some space for himself. And that has really been the story of the first half. Not the most intense game of football you'll ever see, but there have been a few chances, equal number of shots. Geylang edging it with shots on target, but a lot of those shots from both sides have been pretty straightforward for the goalkeepers. And as we said, no goals so far to speak of. Let's hope for an upturn in fortunes there, and perhaps in energy levels for the second half. We'll take a short break. When we come back, it will be the second half kickoff between Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa.
It was great to try something new and learn Tai Chi with Master Su. I really enjoyed the flow and sense of calm. Now I'm challenging all of you in Singapore to try out Tai Chi with Ben and Andrew. Join them at AIA Live Singapore event. See you soon.
So not long before the second half then gets underway here at our Tampines hub. No other matches this weekend, as we mentioned earlier. This is a game that was postponed from a few weeks ago. The fans certainly seem to be enjoying themselves at the moment. It's good to see. And entertaining us as well. Reminder that we do have a final round of fixtures next weekend. That'll be final day of the season. Geylang also have another fixture. Sorry, Balestier have another fixture as well before that on Wednesday. We'll tell you all about that at the end of this game. Which side will be happier? Which bunch of fans will be happy? I think at the moment it's fairly even at the moment, as we thought it might be. Just maybe missing that little bit of X factor in it. Let's see how they progress in the second half. Wonder whether there might be a few changes. Seeing Umar Akbar and Chris Van Huysen with their bibs off. So just assuming that they're going to come on for the youngsters. Probably Shukri Wahid and Azri Suhaili. Like-for-like changes with Umar Akbar going into midfield for Azri and Van Huysen in for Ashukri on the left-hand side. And it's quite often the case, of course, that the under-23 players do get yanked off at half-time. We do know from last week that the rule is going to change next year. Instead of 3 under-23 players starting each game, the rule will be changed to just 1. I know that has been pretty much universally applauded. We are getting news of those changes, getting confirmation that it is going to be Umar Akbar coming in for Azri and Chris Van Huysen in for Shukri Wahid. So as we thought, that will be the change, those changes rather. No real surprises there. Umar Akbar, only his 6th appearance this season. Van Huysen had a little bit of time out, but he's back for his 18th appearance this season. Of course, Singapore International bring quite a bit to that attack. Umar Akbar is a tenacious midfielder. I think there'll be a better outfit for it in the second half, Geylang International. Balestier Khalsa themselves are going to make a change. Bhuvan Raj is going to be replaced by Iqbal Hussain, also someone who's donned national colours. And that will beef up the attack for sure. Had a stint in Chennai before coming back. Here's the confirmation of those substitutions. I think both sides will be better for it now. What would you expect to players that were on in the first half? Pretty thin squads for both. Only 2 senior players for Balestier Khalsa on the bench. One of them is Iqbal Hussain, the other one is Ahmad Shahir. Still missing Christian Krajcek, so let's see if he comes back for the last 2 games of the season. Shimez Uzul gets us going for the second half. Here's Ho Wai Lun. Now Amy Reka. Mateus, he's got a little sight of goal. He completely mishit that, didn't he? Just kind of ballooned towards Riki Kimura. Now looking at his footwear, which is surely to blame, I think he's trying to say. Umar's first touch. Just wondering whether they need goals. They'll move Barry Maguire further up the pitch. Falls to Amy Reka. Ilhan Noor, poor cross from him. Again, it's a nice positive start to the half from Geylang International. Bruncevic launches it forward. That's a poor ball. Haven't really seen Van Huysen yet in action. Oh, he's got great delivery on him, Chris Van Huysen, so that'll certainly make things trickier for that Balestier defence. It's gone short this time though to Ikram. And the offside flag. So you get with Umar Akbar, he's just very aggressive. Loves to get front foot, go forward. So we have to be fair to Balestier Khalsa as well, that they are a team that maybe lacking that intensity because they just haven't had the time on the pitch in a while because of the isolation they've had to endure. So it's never easy coming back into it. Saw that with Tampines Rovers, certainly when they first came back from the AFC Champions League. They had an extended break after their stay-home notice, and it certainly affected them. And it's Iqbal who has a go. His first taste of action since his introduction. Playing to the right on the right-hand side of attack, just behind Shimez Uzul. It's not a bad front four, as it were. Iqbal Hussain, Shuhei Oshino, Hazwan Halim and Shimez Uzul. Here's Amir Hakim. Now Ho Wai Lun goes down the line. Decent ball into Hazwan. Now Zuzul. He's done well to get past Abdul Qaim. That probably came off Zuzul, and that's the right call from the referee. Shakawi Buhari has got that spot on. Well, right after this tournament, of course, this league, we'll have the, in theory, the under-23s AFC qualifiers. Singapore hosting those in late October. Some of these players fancy their chances. Also, and then, as we mentioned, we're going to have the AFF Suzuki Cup in December. So still a fair bit of action going to be happening in Singapore. Do stay tuned for all that. Chris Van Huysen now. Up to Ikram Rifki. Lovely ball back to Van Huysen. He's got time. Stands it up. Maguire will get on the end of it. Matteo Smaresh just muscled off the ball. Actually, really good work from Hazwan. Not had much joy yet in this match, Mateus. Struggled to settle in when he first came at the start of the season. But has got to double figures for goals. Offside on Zuzul. He's irritated with Gareth Lowe. They're still having a few words. Easy for the keeper. Careful, the referee issuing the card to Bruncevic, who's had a few run-ins already. Disagreed with some of the decisions. Mateus just falls on the ball. Here's Iqbal. Now the lights clearly on the pitch. Hopefully things will brighten up as well with the action. That was the yellow card for Ensar Bruncevic. Emi Reka Oh, that, I think, might have just gone out, and it has indeed. He had the time. The ball, that goal, of course, will not count. The flag went up well before. So did the whistle, excuse me. Well, it's been all Geylang International in the second half so far. Balestier Khalsa just haven't got going yet. We were wondering whether they could sustain energy levels. Not that it was massively intensive from them earlier. Here's Emireka. Van Huysen. This time the ball is in. Ikram Rifki. He's done well here. Back to Van Huysen. Maguire gets something on it. No foul by Ensar Bruncevic on Amy. There's the referee, there's a few shouts for it, of course. There's some irritated players out there, not just with the official, but with each other. Van Huysen again. Taking the shot first time, has one. Right call comes off Abdul Qayyim. Better from the visitors. Well, that was throwing himself at the ball. Faisal Rafi. Zuzul and now Hoshino trying to just close down a little bit. Maguire. Oh, lovely ball to the path of Van Huysen. He falls over it. Just when he was looking to pull the trigger, you think. What a great ball that was from Maguire. The amount of space, both players there, Geylang players, in acres of space. I think it was Ikram Rifki next to him. It goes up to Hazwan. Important intervention there from Ilhan Noor. And what a chance spurned by Chris Van Huysen. Just got caught in his feet, didn't it, the ball? Maguire to Ikram, he's there first. Good, a bit of aggression from him ahead of Iqbal, and then it's a poor ball, final ball from him. Here's that delightful pass from Van Huysen, and yeah, I think it was just the way he trapped it. And he fell over, but he was in a very, very good position. He was right in front of goal as well. Oh, lovely work, by the way, from Ilhan Noor. Certainly trying to up the tempo here, Geylang International. Lovely work from Bruncevic, but he can't get up quickly enough to get past Van Huysen has been excellent since his introduction, and they get the first goal. Brilliant work from Chris Van Huysen. The substitutes or the reserves on the bench, they come on and celebrate with him. Brilliant, brilliant worked goal, and it has made the difference, the changes from Noor Ali. And they celebrate with the fans as well. Amy Rekha with his 11th of the season, and that's why he's being called into the national squad.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a goal for Geylang International FC.
A lot of great work done there by Chris Van Huysen on the left-hand side. It's a fantastic ball. Very, very good run on the left. And an easy finish really in the end for Amy Rekha. Right place in the right time. And you have to say, for the second half, it is a reflection of what we have seen. Well, that surely has to shake them out of their slumber, Balestier Khalsa. Just haven't been on it in the second half. Goals for a side that has been struggling this season, second last in the league. That's a very, very good achievement. 11 goals in 20-odd matches. It's a good return. And now the fans a lot happier, unsurprisingly. Good work from Maguire. Oh, was that the right call from Akbar? Up towards Ilhan. Lovely control from him. There is a danger, of course, for Balestier Khalsa that if they lose this in their next game, the other one in hand, and then they play Lion City Sailors, well, they could finish dangerously second. Oh, there you go. It's a second goal. And again, you've got to look at Chris Van Huysen. What a difference he has made. It's put into his own goal by Ensar Bruncevic, but it was all Van Huysen on the left-hand side again, who gets the plaudits of his coach. He really has been superb since he's come on at the start of the second half. Trickery and persistence from him. It was Ensar Bruncevic. There you get another look at this. Can't really blame Bruncevic too much. He just felt he had to get something in the way before it got to a Geylang player, that cross. But it's an own goal. And real problems now for Balestier Khalsa. Iqbal. Up from Shuhei Oshino, here's Juzul. Ichikawa gets it away. Now Ho Wai Lun, desperately trying to change the narrative here. Bring on a bit more intensity. It is going to be a corner. Well, I wonder whether we might see the likes of Joshua D'Souza on, who's a youngster but a forward. They need to get goals, don't they? So the out-and-out forward that they have left on the bench. They've gone short here. Gareth arrows it in straight to Zaiful Nizam. He's had a very quiet time in the second half so far. Quick ball. It's a great delivery, isn't it? Really, really good to Barry Maguire, who switches that to Amy Reka. Superb control. This is good football from Geylang International. They've really looked so much better in the second half, and a foul by Amir Hakim on Mateus. A free kick here in a good position for Geylang. Looking a bit ragged now, Balestier Khalsa, aren't they? Late challenge there from Amir on the Brazilian. Confirmation of the card there on Amir Hakim. Now, another big discussion. No scissors, paper, stone this time as to who's going to take it. More of a chat. It looks like it's going to be Mateus. Then again, earlier we thought it would be where he's gone right into the wall. That is not a good free kick. You would think it would favour the right footer there. Ikram Rifki was also standing over it earlier on when it seemed to suit the left foot of Ho Wai Lun. It was Hazwan Halim who took it and really tested Zaiful Nizam at the other in the first half. Ilhan Noor. Good run from Ilhan, still on the ball. Mateus will give chase, but he'll run away from him, and they scramble it away. Fadli. Good persistence from the Brazilian. Kept the ball in. He wants to get into the score sheet, but straight at Ricky Kimura. Abdul Kai, a bit of a mistake from him. Shime Zuzul taking it quickly. Good to see from Balestier Khalsa. Here's Hazwan. No foul. Ho Wai Lun gets up quickly. Gareth loses the ball to Umar. It has picked up a little bit this game, hasn't it? Now, Chris Van Huysen. He's enjoyed his time. Maybe a little bit too much there for Amy Reka. Hazwan was down. He still now got up and started to jog. Hoshino. Now Gareth Lowe. Amir Hakim. Quite far forward for him. Puts a cross in. Oh, that just wouldn't drop for Iqbal. They're pushing much further up the line, aren't they? Much higher line from Balestier Khalsa. It's a poor ball from Bruncevic. Drinks interval. And he will be a very happy man. The last 15 minutes or so. Actually, it's been a good second half for Geylang International overall. Changes he's made have certainly made a very, very big difference. That flag being displayed with pride at the moment here for Geylang International. They've been good value because of these goals in the second half. Great work there from Van Huysen to set it on a plate for Amy Rekka. And then again Van Huysen. Enzo Bruncevic felt he had to intervene, and he put it into his own net. Now, are they going to make any more changes here? We've got Faris Fahan, got Darren Tay. They missed out, of course, on the AFC Cup this season. That's a big shame for Geylang International, because the Southeast Asian component was cancelled. Both Geylang and Lion City Sailors were involved in that. A real shame. I know certainly I was looking forward to that. I mean, I'm sure many fans were. Singapore was going to host the two groups as well. Matthijssen in some good space here, brilliant goal! Oh, what a finish that was! He's been itching. And his 11th goal, matching Amy Rekka, but lovely bit of work from him. To the delight of the fans, and the Brazilian flag as well. 3-0 now, and they are rampant. Geylang International.
And it's a goal for Geylang International FC by player number 10, Matthias Bresci.
Look at this, it's all him, isn't it? Cuts inside, but way too much space, and it's a great finish into that bottom corner.
Substitution for Balestier Khalsa FC.
Curls it in, but how on earth has he been given so much space?
Player number 55, Adil Johari.
Faisal Rafi has been taken off. It's not going to be the forward, Joshua D'Souza. It's going to be Adil Johari. Who's going to slot into that defensive midfield role. Interesting decision in the end. And that's the final change to be made. Oh, sorry, there's one more, excuse me, after this. And the shot there from Van Huysen. His 11th goal of the season, Mateus. I think in full flow, when they've got their squad, their full squad, they are actually a decent side. Geylang International just let themselves down defensively. Great going forward. And are they hungry for a couple more, perhaps? Here's Shime Zuzul. Now Iqbal. First touch for Aidil Johari. Fadli Khamis. Just getting pushed back here. Amir Hakim up to Fadli. Well, they just missed out. We talked about the AFC Cup. Balestier Khalsa themselves missing out on that by a solitary point. Ahmad Shahir is going to come on. That should be straightforward for Zaiful. Shimi Zuzo just not had any kind of luck in front of goal today, any big chances, and he's been excellent. 14 goals in 18 appearances this season. He's been kept very, very quiet. They've struggled for goals. We're hearing Ho Wai Lun is going to come off. Pretty much a like-for-like change. Well, Umar taking issue with this. Hoshino's down. The change is going to be made. Ahmad Shahir on for Ho Wai Lun. So you'll have about 15 minutes or so. Into the wall, which does its job. Here's Umar Akbar. Now Ilhan Noor. Wonder whether Geylang will make that third change. Here's Mateus. He's just holding on to the ball here. Yeah, the close attentions of Aidil Johari. Ilhan Noor. Maguire in a good position. It's a bit of a tentative shot. They won their last game, remember, against Tanjung Pagar. That was on the 12th of September. Just looking at where things are. We'll have a table for you at the end of this anyway, but Geylang will move on to 19 points, just 2 behind Tanjung Pagar. Of course, they'll be hoping to try and overtake Tanjung Pagar on the last day of the season. Tanjung Pagar playing Albrechts Negata in the Western Derby, as it were. Balestier Khalsa will be second last. And a danger, of course, of finishing there, or even having Young Lions overtake. Unlikely, though, given the massive goal difference. But certainly looking that they could finish second last. Here's Iqbal. Shimezuzul on the turn. Oh, that comes off the bar for Hazwan. It's one of those days, isn't it? Balestier have not had much in terms of chances in the second half. And Hazwan, he looked in a very good position there. And it's come off the woodwork into the very grateful arms of Zaiful Nizam. Chris Van Huysen switches it up to Amy Rekka. 14 shots to 13. I can barely remember any of those in the second half from Balestier Khalsa, but they would have felt they probably should have got a goal in that last bit of action. We are going to have one more change. Darren Tay is going to come on. Going to replace Ilhan Noor. Again, another like-for-like change. Well, here's that chance. Shimezuzul took the shot on the turn. It just was a loose ball that fell to Hazwan. He was in a really good position there. That would have given them perhaps a glimmer of hope for an unlikely comeback. Chris Van Huysen. Back to Matthias. Now Ikram Rifki. Just managing the game now. Geylang International. Trying to put the ball up for Maguire, who's just gone a bit further on the pitch. Here's Zuzul. That ball should have gone to Zuzul, really, from Aidil Johari. Zuzul irritated with that. Here's Danny Kim. This could be the last bit of action for Ilhan Noor. Looks a little tired now. And the next stoppage, it will be that final Geylang change. Here's Kim. Up to Mateus. Oh, that was a wrong. It just didn't hit the ball the way he wanted, didn't it, to Amy Rekka. Here's Zuzul. Does his defensive work well there. Van Huysen. So late swipe there from Ilhan Noor. He is tired, I think. That was a very, very late effort, and that will, as I said, be the last bit of action for him. Heavily strapped on his left hand side, the left leg. Darren Tay then with just a cameo. another chance. Balestier will want to get things right before the next game, which is on Wednesday. That's at home against Hougang United on the 6th of October. But then the final game of the season. It's a yellow card. That's the only thing that's blotted his copybook today. Van Huysen. They have a big task, don't they, Balestier Khalsa, because they play Lion City Sailors on the final day of the season. Sailors know a simple win would be enough. A scrappy 1-0 will do. Unless, of course, there is some huge win. For Albrecht Negata. Here's Zuzul. Just bobbles wide. Geylang International have the Eastern Derby on the final day. Some great games on that last day. So Lion City Sailors playing Balestier Khalsa. That's for the title. There's the Eastern Derby. The Western Derby, Tanjung Pagar and Albrecht Negata. And Hougang United play Young Lions. So every team in action, because there are only 8, of course, this season, with DPMM's withdrawal. Probably will change, of course, next season with their introduction, we think. Maybe another surprise or two along the way. But yeah, Hougang Young Lions, with Young Lions looking to get one final win. Hougang have already assured themselves AFC Cup action. It's really just about finishing as high as possible now. Capiz Rovers have done enough just to get into the AFC Cup as well. Tanjung Pagar, they know a lot of people watching their game as well. See if they can hold off Albrecht Negata, and they too don't want to be overtaken. It's been a good surge from them in the second half of the season after the restart, but they still could get overtaken. In theory, even by Balestier Khalsa, and still they can win their remaining 2 games. There is still a chance for them to finish in the second last Tanjung Pagar, incredibly. What this pretty much means effectively is that Young Lions will finish bottom because of the inferior goal difference. If Geylang had lost today, it might have been a different story, because their goal difference between the two sides is very tight. Three minutes about a time we're hearing, but here comes Ikram Rifki. Now Mateus. It's done well, and they get a free kick. I think that was Fadli who fouled him. Been lively today. Mateus and Amy Reka, 22 goals between them. Excellent work. Just waiting for Fadli to commit himself. before he made his move. There you go, 3 minutes of added time, and we're almost there. Emireka took that one, sails over the crossbar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the court official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
I don't want to jinx anything just yet, but this is a big moment for Geylang International in the sense that they have yet to concede. They have yet to keep a clean sheet this season. Are they almost on the cusp? 22 matches in a row they've conceded. And along with Young Lions, they were the only side to have not kept a clean sheet in this campaign. They're almost there. I know it's right at the end, but these are things that matter. They have got the worst defensive record in the league, 51 goals, conceded one more than Tampines Rovers, who've had such a poor time since the restart. Well, they'll be really delighted that they've now scored 32 goals. So in the bottom 4 teams, that is the joint best, along with Tanjong Pagar, who at one point was struggling to get goals. So really, I think you've got to look at the bottom 4, who have really seen a resurgence. That's a credit to them. And since the restart, all of them started picking up wins and beating some of the bigger boys. It was very much looking a top 4, bottom 4 affair. The league looked to be split into 2 halves. But Tampines Rovers, their decline, their very dramatic decline, helped bridge that gap a little bit. Tanjong Pagar, just 4 points behind them, 5 points behind them now. They've been very good since the restart, picking up points. Remember, they hadn't won for a long time. Maguire can't get the cross in. They went through an entire season without winning. But to matters here, and Geylang International with a very good second half performance in particular, seal a comprehensive win. The introduction of Chris Van Huysen in the second half made a big difference. And he was the architect of this victory, setting up Emireka with the first goal, forcing Ensar Bruncevic into prodding into his own net, and then a moment of individual brilliance from Mateus means that Geylang International beats Balestier Khalsa here at our Tampines Hub by 3-0. Let's have a look then at the highlights of this match. And it was a good early chance, remember, for Ashukri Wahid after the ball was given away by Faisal Rafi. Hazwan Halim stepped up for a free kick and a fantastic save. And actually credit there to Zaiful Nizam. He's presided over the first clean sheet for Geylang this season with 2 good saves, important ones. Second half, oh sorry, the other side, up the other end, it was a free kick there from Ikram. And second half, what a chance this one was for Van Huysen, but he would make his mark not long after. I think he would have felt that he should have been able to get a shot away. But this was all Van Huysen. Look at this, excellent run, skipping past a couple of players. And then setting it up for Emi Rekka to prod in. Brilliant work from Van Huysen, and it was Emi Rekka's 11th goal of the season. It's far too easy the way he got past Iqbal Hussain as well. And they'll be very happy to have him back in the squad. Van Huysen. Second goal came not long after. Again, look at Van Huysen, what he was doing here. Just good persistence into the path of Brincevic, who could only put it into the back of his own goal. And at that point, it was 2-0. They were looking very, very good, Geylang International. Quick feet again. Good pace, speed, and agility from Van Huysen. And the third goal, this moment of brilliance from Mateus. Just cutting inside, but far too much space. Cutting inside from Fadli. And they just look forlorn, that defence. And he's curled it in to the far corner. It's a great, great goal. But it really shouldn't have been given all that time and space. And it's also his 11th goal of the season. This was the only real good chance in the second half for Balestier Khalsa, who just looked out of it, really, as we thought they might. Hazwan Halim hitting the woodwork and into the very grateful arms of Zaiful Nizam. Using the outside of his right foot, unusual for Hazwan, but they kept that all-important clean sheet, finally. Geylang International, 16 shots apiece. With almost double the number of shots on target, Geylang International. And they have won this, in the end, pretty comfortably by 3-0. So this is how the tables look now. The table looks, Geylang International leapfrog their opponents today, Balestier Khalsa, who are now second last, though that's probably the worst they will finish. They still have a chance, by the way, of climbing into 5th place, but they have 2 very, very tough games to negotiate. Let's tell you what those matches are. Balestier Khalsa will be playing Hougang United, who are in 3rd place, comfortably so. That is on the 6th of October, 7:45 kickoff at Toa Payoh Stadium. And then, of course, we have got the final day of the season. 4 matches to be played. But we will wait for that to happen. Let's get the Balestier game done as we leave you here at our Tampines hub. Victorious scenes for Geylang International. They have thrashed Balestier Khalsa 3-0 from Isha Zadhak and the team here at OTH. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next weekend.
It was great to try something new and learn Tai Chi with Master Su. I really enjoyed the flow and sense of calm. Now I'm challenging all of you in Singapore to try out Tai Chi with Ben and Andrew. Join them at AIA Live Singapore event. See you soon.